So here's my, here's an 8-footer. This one here has a hoop kit or a row cover kit that comes with it. And what I do here is I drill these holes in the corners and all along the length, about 4 of them. And you can see the pipe extends down. They're just EMT pipes. They're secured in there with staples. And a row cover kit hoop comes over that. I've got one out here. If not, I'll show them to you inside. But this one here, they're great frost protection. And I've used my gardens. I used them this spring, and I got my tomatoes out a whole lot earlier than normal. And I got those pictures on the website, Facebook page particularly, and you can see how I started them inside in my garage, and then I brought them to my cold frame, and then I planted them out there under those row covers, and it's very effective. So this is kind of the style. It has a this is very handy features. This top piece right here, sometimes you can just build them without this and just bare bones, pretty cheap. But I got the trim kit on it and everything. So the reason why I like these raised beds, first of all, they're a lot easier to work in. See, my knee is right up here, so it's a very comfortable height to garden once these are filled up. And I'll show you some that are some cheaper ones that I've got already filled up in here. But some of the added features is are the trim kit and finishes up all the corner screws that I use in it. But the reason for the top plate and part is not only does it dress it up, but when you're lugging those the hose around and you're kind of squeezing in between, maybe you got a couple of them in here and you're trying to squeeze between, you're wrapping around, sometimes that hose will ride up. And because of the height on them as well, they're it prevents the hose really in a lot of ways from taking out your plants. If you got your son or your daughter doing the watering and they're not paying attention, typically they could do some damage to your plants. But you know, actually, and I've already had this happen in my gardens. The ones that have these here, the hose sometimes when you're really yanking on it would ride up and then catch right here and stay right along the edge, and then you're good. Of course, I'm more careful than my kids, but that definitely is one of the added benefits of the height on it. In the trim kit, I started out with doing some these corner posts as a 45 angle rather than overlap them. Just this come on and this here, and I just routed it here. But I used to do a 45, and what happens is the hose would catch that 45 somehow. Something would catch that 45 and tear it. So these allow the hose to roll right over it nicely. So this is my first video, so I introduced you to who I am. My name's Joe, and I can't seem to get this. I'm going to stop this here again and come back to myself.